All right. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the show. Even though it's a holiday, I'm still here. What's the holiday? Well, you should know what the holiday is. Happy Labor Day, Canada. And hope you got a chance to get out if you're here in Sarnia to enjoy the Labor Day parade. I was out there broadcasting earlier this morning. The parade began at 9:30 this morning, put on by the Sarnia and District Labor Council. The 117th annual Labor Day parade happened today with 38 organizations participating, from local unions to organizations that are supported and being supported by the Sarnia District Labor Council. There were, as I said, 38 organizations, 3,500 participants, give or take a couple hundred, right? 3,500 participants today. And it's an important day, Labor Day, and it's certainly a special one here pardon me, in Sarnia, because of so many unions and so many families that are supported by the union economy, I guess you could say here, because of our Chemical Valley and different things as well. Carpenters Union, La Union was in there, all of them actually participating, some even traveling from out of town to show their brotherly love, if you will, for the Sarnia Labor Day Parade. So thanks again to the Sarnia District and Labor Council for allowing us to be down there. We were down there at Front Street, just out in front of City Hall. And the city gave us a spot at the corner, as usual, of George and Front Street to bring in that live broadcast. You can see the broadcast on my Facebook page. Just scroll around. It's there somewhere. All right. We'll say, so happy Labor Day again to everybody. And James Wright is joining us. And I always like to recognize who's joining us. So hello, James. Thanks for stopping by and watching the show. And if you are watching, you can share your comments here today with our guests that are going to be coming up here in just a few moments. We've got 3 guests here this afternoon, as per usual. Last week we had 4, but it was a special occasion. We talked Lee Cunningham of the Sarnia Sting to talk to us here in front of the. He's not used to. He's the face of radio. Sorry, Lee, if you're listening. But Lee Cunningham from the Sarnia Sting did join us, and we'll be talking about the Sarnia Sting. I'll be back at the Sarnia Sting again this year coming up. So, are you a Sting fan? Are you a Sting fan? Who's a Sting fan? James, are you a Sting fan? I'd be curious to know. Inquiring minds want to know if James or you are a Sting fan. And I'll tell you why coming up in just a moment. But first, we've got a few things to talk about. I just want to, pardon me, I'm not being rude. I just want to check and make sure that all my guests are going to be ready. Yeah, coming up here in just a few moments. Okay. Where was I? It's live, so I lost my train. Oh, yeah, James Wright. Are you a Sarnia Sting fan? Or if any of you listening or watching are a Sting fan, enter in the comments below. You do have to be watching from the show. I didn't put the link out there. Maybe I should do that just to make sure. Because I know sometimes people watch and then they go, oh, why can't he see me? You have to be watching directly from the show with David Burrows page. Even though we're simulcast in a few other areas, I will post that link. So there's the link that you need to be watching from. There it is. James Wright says, "Yes, we are." Well, James, do you like to talk about Sarnia Sting? Would you be willing to get in front of a camera? I'm looking for it. So normally we have Jay Peckham, who joins me and has for the last several years, and planning to have him back again. Jake Chersky, of course. But I'm looking for some other people like yourself who maybe like to talk about the Sarnia Sting and would like to join me at the home games and talk about the Sarnia Sting on camera. Could you do it on camera? All right, we'll come back to that in a moment. First, a few other things I need to talk about. Tampon Tuesday. Now, there's something I never thought I would say on the show. A little while back, we had Michelle Parks, who's brought this initiative to Sarnia. It's been established since 2009. But Michelle Parks here in Sarnia, Lambton, took the initiative to bring it here. And a few months ago, we had a gathering down at Grind Cafe for the Sarnia's first Tampon Tuesday. What is Tampon Tuesday? And when I had it on, how many times can I say tampon in this broadcast? Tampon Tuesday is exactly what it is. Donations of hygiene products for women. It is the one thing that is most needed that is not donated. So the first Tuesday of every month, my understanding now is that Tampon Tuesday will take place at Stokes Inland the first Tuesday of every month around 6 o'clock. and admission is to bring hygiene products. Had no idea just how much of a need it is. It's expensive, right? So you can help out with that. Ladies, gentlemen are welcome too, but definitely there was a really great turnout. We should have Michelle back to talk to us about that, because it is a great initiative supporting the Inn of the Good Shepherd, I might add. So you can make your donations the first Tuesday of every month down at Stokes Inland. You can make your donations anytime by going down to the Inn of the Good Shepherd here in Sarnia, down on John Street here in Sarnia. So Tampon Tuesday happening tomorrow. September. Wow. Did summer even happen? It seemed like it went the quickest one ever, because we didn't really have much of a June. I'm having trouble talking today. It's been a long day. June, we didn't really have much of a June here. Not in Sarnia anyway. So it just seemed like, boom, Border Fest was here, and Tall Ships was here, and Rib Fest, 2 Rib Fests were here. So what do you think, James? You think you could join me on camera and talk about the Sarnia Sting? Aha. You could even do it from home. You don't even have to be at the game. Talk about that. All right, moving on. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Well, it usually is at some parts of the world at some time, right? 5 o'clock somewhere. It's the Gala Alternative. You're licensed to chill. We had Marie from the Alzheimer's Society here a few weeks ago talking about this event that is supporting the Alzheimer's Society Sarnia Lambton. Say that 5 times fast. It's happening on September the 14th. Tickets are still available for that. And they're going to have a Jimmy Buffett tribute band. It's supposed to be one of the number one Jimmy Buffett tribute bands in anywhere. So you don't have to wear a suit and tie for this one, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Great food. I'm going to be there, and both Jennifer and I are going to be attending this one here. A little personal to us here, the Alzheimer's Society, give them their support. And you can be there as well. Just go to the Alzheimer's Society page on Facebook to find out more information about that. It's coming up on September the 14th. And let's just check in with my first guest coming up here in just a moment. These things are live. It's okay. And I'm a self-producer. I could use a producer. James, would you like to be a producer of the show? It's really simple. You could probably do it. Trying to multitask. Sorry, Dave, not really into video chatting, but I think it's really cool. I think it would have been so much fun to join me there. And, well, let's just start talking about the Sarnia Sting. More than a game. That's the slogan this year, more than a game. There's been a lot happening. Of course, the black and white game already occurred last week for the in support of the United Way, Sarnia Lambton as well. And we've had the preseason games. I wasn't at the preseason games. Unfortunately, I couldn't be there for that. But the first game against the Hamilton Bulldogs coming up on September the 20th. My first guest is I'm trying to it's really hard to multitask, especially when you're a man, right? Trying to help my first guest out here. And hello. Oh, Dom's out there as well. All right, we got my first guest just about ready here in just a moment. We can never have a show without some kind of technical difficulty, right? It just wouldn't be right. But Sarnia Sting, more than a game, and I'm going to be back again this year, of course, supporting the Sarnia Sting. I'll be at all the home games. But if you are someone that enjoys the Sarnia Sting and you'd like to talk about OHL hockey, I would love to talk to you, and let's arrange to have you join me at the broadcast from the Sarnia Sting. You get to come and enjoy a game and talk about your favorite sport, which is it's hockey. If it's hockey, we want to talk to you, right? So we'll be talking more about that coming up a little bit later on. Also coming up, we're going to talk a lot about motorcycles today, but I want to give a shout out to our friends at Oswald's that is having, they were on here joining us last week. Karen and Art Shura are having their third annual show. It's the third annual, yes, third annual show and shine in support of the Sarnia Special Olympics group. And that's going to be exciting. I'm told they're going to be having some field events this year as well. And one of them is the burnout event. Now, I'm not that guy, but I will be happy to. Well, I will be there broadcasting live. We'll be live streaming the event from Oswald's. Starts early in the morning. Registration starts around 10 o'clock. So, and you don't have to be on two wheels to participate. If you just want to come down and enjoy and support the cause and see some pretty cool bikes, I got to say as well. We'd love to have you down there at Oswald's again, coming up this week on September the 7th. All right. Well, thanks to my first guest for coming back and a little bit early here to get things started. We're going to talk about motorcycles a lot. We've got lots of things to talk about, but the first one, a very special one, and our friend Bob Thomas is joining us here right now. Bob, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks so much for coming on a few minutes early there. I know this thing is always a new experience for a lot of people. How do I download this app and do this thing? Where are you talking to us from right now?
My basement in Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls, and you started the R.O.C.K ride for cancer. I'm having a terrible day. Ride for our cancer kids. Yeah. What made you start this?
Back in 2003, we lost our daughter to acute lymphoblastic lymphoma, just 3 days before her third birthday.
Wow.
It's just devastating. Changed our lives forever, like our perspective and everything. We knew we had to do something, and I've been riding since I was 12, and bikers are notorious for a lot of things, including fundraising.
Yeah.
So we thought, hey, let's put on a charity ride. Our first year, we raised $13,000, which was really good for a first-time event. Yeah. And our second year, we raised $26,000. So, yeah.
Yeah. And how many years have you been doing it now?
This is our 16th year.
Yeah. And in total, you've raised like how much?
We reached our 500,000 milestone this year at the Niagara Ride.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah. And the support is overwhelming over the past 16 years.
Yeah, for sure. Both in Sarnia and here in Niagara, just like welcomed into the biker community very quickly. And we've established our ride here pretty well. So we are trying to reboot back in Sarnia because a lot of people, kind of miss us and we miss them. So it'd be nice to have the two going, one in July and one in September.
There really is a, let's say brotherhood, but like a familyhood, I guess you could say, of those of us who ride on two wheels. I finally got my wife out a couple of times on ours, and she noticed. She's like, you pull up at a gas station, you're filling up, and the other guy on the bike just starts talking to you, right? It's an automatic, usually. Yeah. Is that kind of what has made this work as well? Is that familyhood of riders? Yeah,
for sure. Like there's the clubs. But a lot of people, especially at our events, tend to be the individuals, who might normally just ride on their own, but on R.O.C.K Day, they come and ride with a whole bunch of people.
Yeah. What's and the stories? There must be, pardon me, over 16 years. There must be a lot of stories that have come out of the R.O.C ride, and other people affected by this personally as well.
Yeah, for sure. We had a couple of videographers actually at our ride last year doing interviews. And some of the people that I'd seen, I didn't necessarily know their story. And then it came out in those interviews. Actually, we had one gentleman come last year. He wasn't able to stay for the actual ride. He just came to say hello. And his granddaughter, who was 11 months at the time, had cancer. And it was terrible. And then in November, I saw him again at her funeral up in Beamsville. Wow. And now he's part of the R.O.C family.
Yeah. An emotional story, obviously. And I'm sure most of us can't even imagine the experience until it happens to us.
Yeah. Something that nobody should have to imagine.
Yeah. Cancer, though, we do do the kids sort of get forgotten in that cancer world? I mean, do we tend to go like, when we think cancer, we usually think somebody older. Is that accurate to say?
Yep, for sure. I didn't know kids got cancer until Sammy was diagnosed.
Yeah.
there's a lot of social media push, but it depends on where your feeds are and stuff, because still a lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
In the States, there's a group, our children are worth more than 5 cents, because only 5% of cancer research dollars goes to childhood cancer research.
Ah, right. I did know that actually, because we do. There's our local cancer society has something called Flavors and Favors that's in support of children with cancer, right?
Right.
And is that part of the goal of this too? Is to, I mean, obviously raising money to support finding a cure for cancer, but do you have a pathway to where this money goes? Do you get to specifically say this is for the kids?
Yep. Everything goes through. I did a lot of research trying to figure out where to set us up with. And we decided on Childhood Cancer Canada.
Okay.
And the C17 Research Fund in particular. So all our money is earmarked for that fund, and it goes to various research projects across the country, including like Hamilton, Sick Kids, London Hospital. And they kind of put the best minds at each hospital together, because a lot of times research projects tend to be in silos.
Sure.
But the C17 is trying to get everybody together so they can make the breakthroughs that we really, really need.
Yeah. And what kind of what are those breakthroughs? I mean, obviously finding a cure, but there's just so many different types of cancer, right? So
exactly,
what specifically are you trying to accomplish?
They have a lot of different projects on the go at any one time, focusing usually on specific cancers. And you're right, that is the hard thing, is there's, when they find something that works well for one cancer, it doesn't necessarily impact other ones. And the way people react to the medicines and stuff too is harsh. Like chemotherapy, our tagline is because kids shouldn't need chemo. And
right.
We know that the chemo that they get tends to affect their lives forever, and not in good ways.
Yeah. What's you're married?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, so is your wife's a part of this as well? And
yep.
And do you have other children?
Yep. We have actually Sammy's identical twin sister, Victoria.
Okay.
So that's kind of cool, because I still know exactly what Sammy would have looked like if she was still here.
Yeah.
And also older brother Noah, who's 21 now.
Nice. Support for when this happens to somebody like yourself. Obviously, is there support for like counseling, that type of thing? Is that part of all of this as well?
Yep. Yeah. Actually, Childhood Cancer Canada has done a lot of work with the families directly.
Okay.
Although we've earmarked ours specifically for research, they have a lot of other really great projects on the go to help people. And there's different things, like you can get your parking reimbursed when you're at Sick Kids, and help set you up at Ronald McDonald House, and then all those kind of things. There's a lot out there. You just sometimes it's hard to find.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's one of those things that until it happens to you, you don't really know where to turn to or where to look. And I mean, the Cancer Society, but that specifically for children. So is this getting more attention? Is it growing every year?
I think so. Yep. Again, in Sarnia, we kind of leveled out. We usually had about 100 riders each year, but every year we were raising in that like low $30,000 mark each year, which was excellent. And here in Niagara, we're still building. This year probably would have been our biggest ever, except it rained all day. It's the first time we've ever had rain at a rock ride. Significant. We had a couple like early in the morning where we had to delay a little bit, but this was like an all-day rain. But we still raised $34,000.
That's fantastic, right? Like, so did people just still come out in their cars, or what? How did that happen?
No, everybody came on their bikes. They just rain suited up and just powered through.
Yeah, I haven't got the rain suit yet. I'm just getting started in this thing again, and so I'm that guy that's like, okay, if there's even a hint of gray, I'm not going anywhere. But you're coming to Sarnia for this. Is this the first time for Sarnia, or is this just been a while?
We've been gone for 3 years.
Yeah. Okay.
2005 15 was our last Sarnia ride.
Right.
We moved
And
down to Niagara for work,
so
and now that we're established.
People were missing you and said, "Hey, come on, get back here."
Yep.
Yeah.
When I left, I said we'd try to come back once we got it set up here, and so we're giving that a shot. We've got a few people back there helping us with the local legwork, which is just essential for something like this. You can't, hard as you can try, you can't really do something like this remotely.
Right. Yeah. It's a task, right?
Yeah. Even Oswald Show and Shine that you were talking about last week. Candy's going to be down there with our Rock Ride booth, handing out flyers and promoting the event, because I'm back here in Niagara Falls.
Yeah. Well, that networking comes into place, right? And that's how that works. And Oswald's, you really couldn't think of a better place probably than to have this coming back to Sarnia again, because they're just so they're a community family as well, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What other kinds of things you must try to be creative each year and to keep something going like this? Do you have to come up with new ideas all the time?
Yeah, we try to keep it fresh. In Sarnia, the routes were kind of limited because there's not a lot of really nice scenic roads other than the parkway, obviously.
Yeah.
Here in Niagara, there's lots of different routes we can take. But we mix it up. This year, the Sarnia ride is a Yahtzee run. So it's kind of like a dice run, but more fun, we said.
How does that work?
They roll the dice at registration.
Okay.
Mark it on their Yahtzee score sheet, and then they cruise on up the road to Parks Blueberries.
Okay.
And the road captains and tail gunners have a set of dice, and they roll again. And then when they go down to the barbecue in Grand Point with the Dover Kinsmen, after they eat, they roll again. And then when they get back to the finale, they roll 2 more times. Okay. And we add up all the scores, and whoever has the highest score this year wins a tire mirror donated by Rocky's Harley Davidson.
A tire mirror? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So you must have a lot of sponsors and supporters for this as well.
Yeah. We mandated ourselves to be a zero-cost event, so that every single dollar we raise on Ride Day goes to the foundation. And that's been a challenge, because sometimes it's really hard to find sponsors for certain things, but we've made it work.
Right.
We've got my employer, Parker Hannafin, they've donated the funds for our rider shirts. So the first 50 riders register that morning get a free event t-shirt. Didn't cost us anything, but it helps promote the ride. And riders, everybody likes an extra t-shirt, right?
Yeah, you can never have enough of those, I think, right? You know, that's why they sell them at rock concerts, right? Because everybody wants that t-shirt as well. And I see as well as some other sponsors you've got here. I've noticed, like locally, you've got Blackburn Radio, K106.3, and the Fox have gotten involved with you.
Yeah, they've been with us since we started in Sarnia. Been awesome. They used to do barbecues for us a couple weeks ahead of time, and help us out with ads. They've been phenomenal. We're hooked up down here with Giant FM, and recently with River and more, but I haven't found a K106 quality of sponsor down here. I really wish I could find one.
Oh, okay. So there's something.
They were just amazing. Yeah, they're just amazing. We love K106.
Yeah, right on. Well, Blackburn Radio is good at supporting the community stuff as well, so that's good that you're able to make that connection. Do you have a goal? You said you already hit 500,000 this year, right? Total.
Yeah.
So, do you have a goal now to when you would hit 1 million?
Hopefully, it's before I retire.
Right.
It'll be a while, but at the rate we're going, we'll get there.
Yeah.
The Sarnia ride, again, because we've been gone for a bit, and it's kind of we've really only been working hard on this for like 6 weeks. Although we did some preliminary stuff, obviously. Whereas the Niagara ride, I'm like at it at least 10, 15 hours every week starting back in November. So we know the Sarnia ride will probably be a little smaller. But if we bring in like 20 grand, I'll be very happy.
And how many, I'm just writing some of this down here, how many riders are you expecting to come up for this?
If the weather's good, And our average, most years we have between like 80 and 100. So if we have,
Oh yeah.
even if we have like 60 or 70 this year, I'll be pleased.
Okay. All right. So registration for this, do we need to register in advance or the day of, or how does that work?
You can register that morning at Oswald's, but if you pre-register online at rockride.com, then you get a bonus ballot for our grand prize, which is a Niagara getaway. We've
Oh,
got a one-night stay at Fallsview Marriott, a 4-hour limo tour, helicopter
oh,
tour, tickets to Yuck Yucks. So it'd be a fun Niagara outing for sure. So everybody, every $50 you raise, you get one ballot for that grand prize. So if you
oh, wow.
raise $500, you've got 10 ballots. And then if you registered online, you get that extra bonus
Well,
ballot.
that's a good. I mean, the initiative as to why you're doing this anyway, but that's people like to win stuff,
Yep, yep, for
right?
sure. Yep.
And that's a pretty cool prize. So how did you pull that together? That comes from sponsorship and
Yep. Yeah. The helicopter tour they've donated to us a couple times down here as well. So and again, I'm still building my relationships with people down here, but again, they're all about the tourists. So say if I'm doing something outside of town, I'm going to bring people in, then they're likely to advertise as well with it.
yeah,
Like,
right. Have you been in touch with our local, like our tourism Sarnia Lambton?
actually this year, no. We spoke to them a few years ago once when they gave us some like I think they had like rider maps or something that they were promoting that year.
Yeah,
I had
yeah,
a bunch of those that we were distributing,
yeah,
but I think there was a lot of things that I didn't get to in Sarnia
yeah.
this year.
Yeah, well, and they're great, and actually, I think a lot of times when people put on events, they don't think of going to tourism Sarnia Lambton, and they do a lot. So, might still be an opportunity to reach out there and get
Sure.
some more promotion. Do now, of course, the riders come out, but at these types of events, are you expecting like just the public will just come by just because they want to look at some cool motorcycles? Is that usually a part of it as well?
Sometimes the parking lot people will come and check us out, and usually it's friends and families of riders
Yeah. Okay.
that are going to come. Again, we're usually like a fairly limited space at the finale, so we don't advertise it as a everyone's welcome kind of thing.
Right.
But still, people do roll in. We have one gentleman that comes from uh, north of London for his daughter who has cancer and is doing very well now.
Right.
I met her when she was 4. I think she's 13 now. Anyway,
Hmm.
the family comes down in the car. So, and they meet at each spot as well,
Yeah.
kind of just to give him moral support and whatever.
Yeah. Well, when I guess it becomes personal, right, at that stage of the game. And are we seeing a lot of success coming out of this? Like, is the money, like, is it helping? Is it doing something? Because
I like it.
I only say that to sometimes people wonder, is this worth it? Right? Do you ever wonder
Right.
that?
I do. Um, the foundation sometimes gives us reports on specific projects that are going on or small breakthroughs that happen, which again, like all our money goes in with all their other fundraisers toward the C-17. So it's
Right.
not like some of the smaller rides that people set up is like, okay, we're raising money to get a new CAT scan machine at the hospital. That
Okay.
kind of like it's specific, tangible. They bought it. Hey, we did that. We don't have that, but I think we're making a difference.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, even a tiny little bit of difference is further ahead than no effort and no difference at all, I
Yeah,
guess, right?
yeah, and just sharing the cause. Like our riders, we may have 100 riders, but some years we'll have 7, 8, 900 different donors who
Right.
these people went to get funds. So now they know about it. They know that kids shouldn't need chemo.
Well, congratulations to you on the success that you've been able to do over 16 years. And again, knowing that it's very personal to you, I appreciate you taking the time to share the story here with us today. And hopefully we can keep raising some more awareness. And just because you're in Niagara doesn't mean I wouldn't be happy to have you back here. I'd love to talk to you again about your efforts, because it's got to, go beyond tiny little communities. It's all communities that brings it all together and makes it all work, right? So,
Yeah.
Just before we go, I see we've got a group picture up here. Can you see that one?
Yeah, that's the Knights on Bikes.
Okay.
They're actually Knights of Columbus members who also ride motorcycles. They've won our club cup a couple years. It was between them and the Widow's Son some years, but now the Knights of Columbus are they're pretty much locked in for the club cup. Nobody tends to be able to give them much competition now.
Right. So thanks again for sharing all of that. And everybody can go to rockride.com, right?
Yep.
And that's where they can register there.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, there's there's a link to like the now static Niagara ride, and then farther down is the link to the direct Sarnia page.
Right.
And you can register there, or if you don't ride and want to help, you can donate to a rider there that you might know, or if you don't know any rider and want to help, you can just donate to the event in general.
Right. Well, we'll do our best to keep spreading the word between now and then. And I'm not sure. I might be around during the day to say hello, but I do have another event in the evening. But I wish you all the best of success, and we'll give Mother Nature a phone call to make sure she's around to cooperate as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Thank you very
else?
Much.
Oh, you're welcome. Is there anything else you want to put out there before I let you go, or do we get everything out there good?
I think that's pretty good. Yeah, all the info's on the website. Hug your kids every day. They're not as indestructible as they should be. Thank
you, Bob. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Bob Thomas sharing a story, and the founder of Rock Ride. My goodness, I'm looking at 4 screens here, but Ride for Our Cancer Kids, right? And that's where the rock comes from. And we'll be sharing all the information after our show here today. Everything that we talk about, we'll be posting links and sharing all the information so you can find out more and participate. And once again, for this event, go to rockride.com. If you're a rider on 2 wheels, get yourself registered and help them continue to meet their yearly goals. Thanks again to Bob for joining us here today. All right. Now, everything seems to be about, that was motorcycles, and we were talking about Oswald's, and we're doing this one now. Now we're going to go a little deeper further into it, and we're going to talk about lawnmower racing. Yes, that is actually a thing. And our friend sitting in the lobby here, Corey Lapointe. How you doing, Corey? I can't hear you. Oh, wait a minute. That's my bad. See, I'm self-producing. Don't do anything. Hi, Corey.
How you doing, Dave?
There we go. I had you muted, and I have to remember that I'm multitasking here today, Corey, and I'm struggling. Everybody's watching is laughing at me. That's okay. My friend Dom out there says try broadcasting with one hand. Yeah, good luck with that. The Outlaws. Tell everybody what the Outlaws are all about.
We are a lawnmower racing club based out of Petrolia.
Yeah.
We have anything from the junior class right up to the Outlaws. Junior class starts out at 4 years old, and our oldest racer is 74 years old. So,
oh, wow. You've got quite a different age group category going on there.
Yeah.
How did this all get started? This happens out Petrolia way. So how did the Western Ontario Outlaws get started in Petrolia?
Ryan Kerr was watching TV. He's a big part of the club. Was watching TV and saw it on TV. And he actually founded the club in 2007.
Okay.
Between him and his dad, and it just grew from there. So
it's been around since 2007.
Yes, they originally started out in Thetford in 2007.
Okay.
Moved to our current track in 2014, which is in Petrolia on 21 Highway.
Yeah, I had no idea up until probably 6 months ago that this even existed. Or was a thing, or I guess I didn't really think of it as an official sport, or as you called it the other day when we met. It's really, can I say it's redneck NASCAR? Is that what you called it?
That's exactly what it is.
And what brought you to get involved with all of this?
My parents religiously went to every race that they had. And they asked me and asked me and asked me to go, and finally, just if nothing else, to get him off my back, I went out.
Right.
And I mean, it was nothing that I expected. I expected like a riding lawnmower running around a racing track.
Well,
And that's not what it is at all. So
yeah. So you've been involved for how many years then?
this is my 4th year
With this club then, okay.
Yeah.
And are you, how many of these racers, I can't talk at all. Lawnmower racers are you in possession of? Do you have more than one?
Yeah. Well, our family currently has 6.
Okay.
Yeah. Through the club, I believe it's 25 to 26 lawnmowers through the whole club, right
Wow.
from junior right up to Outlaws. So.
Okay. So your family is participating in this as well?
Yes, my daughter's involved in it. My grandson, my 4-year-old grandson's involved in it. My son's involved in it.
4-year-old grandson.
Yes, yeah.
Now, what do you put him on?
The junior class.
Okay.
Which is just a basically push more lawnmower mounted inside of a riding lawnmower is what it is. So
yeah. So he's enjoying this.
He loves it.
Yeah. And you're happy Grandpa will be watching them too.
Oh yeah. Now it's nice to see him out there on the track and
participating, right? What are we seeing on the screen here too? I see a green and a yellow racer here now.
These are both owned by Ryan Blankenship. They're both the Outlaw class.
Okay.
Which is the top class that we have. These machines will probably do about 55 to 57 miles an hour on the track.
A lot. I'm sorry, I can't help but I just can't imagine a lawnmower going that fast. That's a car.
Pretty much.
So are these things built from, like, how do you get started? You go find an old lawnmower and build it, or what's
there's a few ways you can go about it. You can either start with an old lawnmower and convert it over to a racing lawnmower, or we have quite a few in our club that have just taken lawnmower frames, bought the frames and built them up from there. So it depends which way you want to go with it and how serious you want to get about it.
Yeah. Well, because I imagine it costs some money to do this sort of thing.
It does. These particular machines in front of us that we're looking at, that's the highest class. That they're quite expensive just because of the motor that's in them and the setup on them.
Yeah.
Now you get down into the mod class, which I run. It's a fairly cheap sport. I mean, the most expensive thing is buying the lawnmower or building it, whichever way you want to go.
Right.
And yeah, like I said, it depends on how much money you want to spend or how deep you want to get involved in the club. So
these ones that we're looking at, you said they hit about 57 miles an hour top speed. What size of motor are they?
The biggest we can run is an 18 horsepower lawnmower. Now, these particular machines, I mean, they've had head work done to them. They've had bigger pistons put in them. I mean, they're done up. So.
Right. And so, I think you sort of answered my next question. There's regulations then as to what you can or cannot do to the vehicle to put into a race?
Yes, there is. It has to be a lawnmower frame and a lawnmower motor. Some clubs will allow you to run snowmobile motors in them. Our particular club don't. We stick with the lawnmower engines and lawnmower frames.
Okay.
Now they've got to have the safety gear, whatever. But other than that, I mean, it's just basically a glorified lawnmower.
Okay. I'm looking here at the track. Obviously, weather plays a factor in this. If it rains and things get too muddy, does that cancel a race?
Yes, it does. We actually, because of the rain yesterday, we were supposed to race yesterday, and it got canceled because of the rain. It was just too muddy and too wet. So
right. So it's normally a dry track, or I'm looking here, it looks like it's a little bit wet, or is that just from the lawnmowers tearing it up?
We wet it down just to keep the dust down, just for a safety factor. You don't want the dust flying around while you're trying to race and can't see ahead of you. So
yeah,
it's more of a dust control than anything.
Right. Now you must have you mentioned safety regulations for the participants, or do they got to sign a waiver, or what's required of them there?
Yeah, we have like helmets, neck braces, boots, gloves. But yeah, we still sign a waiver saying that if we get hurt, that we're not holding the track responsible. So
Right. So you provide that stuff at the track, or I'm assuming the racer would provide that themselves?
the racer provides whatever they want. Whatever they feel comfortable wearing is what they'll get. So
Okay. Now, what about training? I mean, it sounds simple enough. You get on how hard is it to drive a lawnmower? But when these things are going anywhere from 20 to 57 miles an hour, there has to be more of a safety factor. Is the track available to racers to practice on?
Yes, if they need some practice, we'll get some people out there to allow them practice time. Now, when you get into the 57-mile-an-hour lawnmower, you can't just jump on one of them as a new person and go racing them. You've got to build up to that. So
yeah,
no, we're not going to go out there and let somebody cut loose with a 57-mile-an-hour
right.
lawnmower. Never been on one. So
yeah. So people train what, in their own fields, or how? Like how do you get to do this?
Normally their backyard, if they've got one, or a buddy's backyard, or like I said, I mean the track. Providing we've got 3 people there, we can let them run around the track. So
right.
That's how I got my start. We took the lawnmower out to the track and we had some people there and we just drove it around. And I mean, you get more comfortable, obviously, as you get more experience on
Sure,
it. So.
Sure. So there must be some maintenance to the track, etc. This is a club that you belong to? Like, how do you raise your money to look after what costs you're going to require to have this track?
We have a major sponsor, and then we charge $5 to get in for the general public. It's open to the public.
Okay.
That'll go towards track maintenance and materials we need and whichever. So we're a nonprofit organization. We support the Petrolia Food Bank whenever the end of the year comes along.
Okay.
We'll make a donation to them. So.
Right. So you said the public can come out and watch this. Do you get decent turnouts for that, or do we need to get some more people out there?
We definitely need some more people, and we'll never have too many people out there to watch us. So.
Right. Okay. Well, I know the next race is scheduled for September the 15th, right?
Yes, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, and we want people to come out there and watch. Hopefully, we have to do the testing, but good chance that I'll be live streaming the race as well. Does that mean you're going to put a helmet on me and make me drive one of these things? Is that part of the deal?
We can make that happen if you are interested in it. We can definitely set that up for you, Dave.
I have to bring my own helmet because I think I told you the other day when we met, I have a 4X helmet. I got a big head. Right.
And I understand you have a son as well. Maybe he'd be interested in trying it as well.
Well, I think he might be, and maybe we could have father versus son race or something like that. But I got to get I need the faster one. I can't have my son beat me.
Yeah, I mean that's something we'll definitely be interested in, is putting you and your son on the lawnmower to let you do some laps. So. Well,
it sounds like a lot of fun, and it sounds like. We need to work at getting some more people out there, like you said, but it really sounds like something that everybody involved would kind of help each other out too, right? Like if mine breaks down, does everybody sort of get together, and it's a hobby too, right?
Yes, in this club, I mean, if you break down, there's probably 10 people standing there asking you what you need, or we all carry extra parts, and I'll lend somebody this week, and they'll lend me something else next week, and it's not a fend for yourself sport. I mean, everybody's out there to help everybody, and I mean, you never are short help out there when you break down. So. Fantastic. Well, Corey, I know you were kind of thrown into this because who threw you into this? I think we'll blame this on Wayne. He was supposed to be here today. This is all Wayne's fault. You're doing great getting in front of the camera. We've had you in front of the camera once before, so you're going to be a pro by the time we're done with it. Perfect. Corey, thanks so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your Labor Day weekend, and we will see you out at the races. Okay, perfect. Thank you very much, Dave. You're welcome. Bye for now. Corey LaPointe, the Western Outlaws lawnmower racing. Yes, it's a thing, and it's a thing around here.
He did call it Redneck NASCAR, but it's a lot of fun. I met with both Wayne and Corey there not too long ago. We're going to try to get out there and set up a live streaming of the races so you can see what this is about. And it sounds like I might be in trouble because I might be on one of these things racing. I don't know how to drive. Anyway, I ride my motorcycle. That's what I'm good at. But we'll see what happens out there if they can get me on the racing a lawnmower, that kind of thing. Maybe my son will come out there too. That might be fun. Father versus son. Would you all like to see that? Would you all? Yeah. Okay. We're going to have a good time on September the 15th when we head to Petrolia to broadcast the race for you. But come on out there. It's only $5 to come in, and you're supporting a nonprofit organization that also gives back to the community. As Corey mentioned, the Petrolia Food Bank receives support from them as well. All right. Now a little more action coming back to Sarnia. Once again, it is the FireFit competition. What is that all about? Well, we're going to talk about it right now as our friend Shane Bettridge, and I believe Sue Patrick is also going to be part of this conversation. Hello, Shane.
How are you?
Not too bad. Thanks for joining us here today.
Thank you for having us. Sue is in the room, but I'm going to be the face that talks to you today.
Yeah, she doesn't want to get in front of the camera. Hi, Sue.
Hello.
That's all we're going to get out of Sue today, right? Did you ever think you'd be seeing lawnmower racing in our area?
No, that's when we were watching before. We're like, what is that?
What is that, right? You got to come out and let's race.
Sounds good.
But right now, let's talk about the FireFit Championships coming back to Lambton College because they were here last year. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct. We hosted in June last year, and it was the first time a college in Ontario has hosted the event, actually.
Yeah, and there was exciting times, right? For this is a really big deal. Like this just doesn't happen locally. This happens all over, right?
They're in their 26th year. They travel from BC across Canada, and then nationals they switch province to province each year, and then nationals is actually videoed on TSN as well. Oh wow! Okay.
So Lambton College, really quite a world-renowned college, you have to say, for things that it's pulled off between, they're really well known for their fire school. They're known for a lot of different programs. Would you say that it's the place to go? I mean, obviously you're going to say great things about the program, but honestly, it really is a fantastic program here at Lambton College.
I mean, every year it's growing and again, bigger and better things. The schools has construction for the last couple of years, and no, it's an amazing place to work and obviously to bring in as many students as possible as well.
Right. Now I'm looking at this picture here. It's just like, well, this is obviously from last year. This looks like a lot of work, this FireFit. Like you really got to be in shape to do this thing. Oh, you got to be in shape to be a firefighter.
Yes, 100%. But no, this is a competition that, we've all done things that are extremely hard, but this might be the toughest one I've ever done. That's for sure.
Yeah. So you participated in this?
Yes.
Okay. So now coaching. Is this the team that's in this year, or is this from last year?
These pictures are from last year, but two of the girls in the picture now act as the second-year competitors.
Right. You're seeing more and more, and I've just seen it. You know, I'm part-time at the college, so I see a lot, and you're seeing more and more females participating to become firefighters. That's growing?
Yes, that is growing. Last week, that fire program, 5 females coming in, a new record for the college. So yes, it's getting bigger and better, and getting involved in working this service.
Why do you think that is? Where's that coming from?
So Lambton College, we had a program in the summer, and again, girls between the ages of 15 and 18 are able to come out and try it. And again, there's more awareness, more promotion, and they're getting interested in this job.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic because, you know, you got to, everybody should be able to do what they want, right? You know, if they earn their way along the way. Earning your way as a firefighter, no easy task. I've known many local firefighters and had many conversations. The physical aspect is obviously a big part of it. But Shane, what about the mental aspect of being a firefighter? There has to be some things that a person has to deal with in this job.
And again, that's where it's the awareness of mental health now as well. That again, you need to make sure that if we look at this competition and training for it, it's a good way to release or alleviate any of that strain that the job or may put on these individuals.
Yeah. Now, you as a coach, you must have to. Is that what you coach, or do you just focus on the physical side, or what aspects are you as a coach in this?
So yeah, it's the physical aspect of it. I think I mentioned earlier we are now, so we train here, can be very technical. So it's teaching and showing and demonstrating what you need to, and then getting them ready to be able to compete on the course as well.
Right. So what kind of events are we going to see? This is happening this weekend, starts September the 6th. And so it runs the Friday, Saturday, and the Sunday. Is that right?
Yep, that's correct. On the Friday night, starting at 6 o'clock, we have the corporate challenge. So this is where we have companies, different departments. They get to try the actual they're not in gear or on air or anything. Two of our returning.
So it's
teams,
a comedy show.
It could be. It's so last year we have our individuals from the our defending B champions management team from the college.
Okay.
And hopefully we have more teams coming in. Darian Hatcher, he's going to be competing.
Really? You got him to agree to that?
I think Brad Staubitz was a big pull for us to get Darian Hatcher.
He would be.
Yeah, and then the individual races. So this is full gear, the whole course themselves. And then on Sunday is our relay race. So X3 is one, of course, the back half. Okay. Coming out, we have a kids course. We have food vendors. It's going to be a good weekend.
So this is a family event then that people can come out and bring the children out to observe?
Yes, definitely. There's no admission for it. It will have campus and make it an event that, this is the second year, and we want to come out and check out what our students and what our college has to offer.
Yeah. Got to be pretty proud to have it 2 years in a row. Is that rare that a school gets to host it, or what's the process? And is there a bidding process, or how do you get to host it?
There are kinds, and you talk with FireFit, and then they're big fit you in scheduling wise, because they start, like I said, in BC, they go all the way out east. So it's dependent on how their schedule works. But yeah, to be able to host back-to-back years is awesome for the college.
Yeah. So now we talked about the corporate challenge, but on what types of events are we going to see? We're climbing ladders. We're dragging people, and
so essentially 7 to the course, and so a competitor will pick ice packs. So it's a hose bundle. It's 40. They run up 6 flights of stairs. They throw that off their shoulder into a box. They then hoist a hose up the 6 flights of stairs. They have to run down the stairs, hitting every single step. They jump on Kaiser or a forced entry machine as if they were sitting on the roof. They zigzag a serpentine, grab a charged hose. They drag that, shoot a target. By the time and the last one picture is you pick up a rescue Randy, which is 175 pounds, and go 100 feet backwards.
I'm tired just listening to you describe it.
That's fair.
That's why I'm glad to be. I'm going to help you out on the Friday night and MC for you on the Friday night too, right?
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. As the announcer, you do have to run the course just so you know what you're talking about, right? I
know you're lying to me. We'll get somebody else. I'm not. I'm gonna get laryngitis by Friday. Yeah, people always, I don't know what it is. They always want me to try these things like lawnmower racing and firefitting and all that stuff, right? Let's put David out there. Yeah, it'll be hilarious comedy show. Well, I think it's really fantastic that the Lambton College Fire School has been able to do this again and is being recognized for the hard efforts. That not an easy task to train somebody to be a firefighter. I don't want to come out negative or anything, but is there a dropout rate in this type of course? Like, does everybody make it?
So that we're at right now, you're going to see most people finishing the course. We'll see some individuals that are on there for a good, and if they're struggling or if they're not looking like they're going to, the company will tell them that they have to finish. And so people are working throughout the entire summer to make sure that they are able to the course.
Yeah. And now, is that a conversation when somebody signs up for the course? Is there kind of a pre-talk of, okay, this is what's really expected, or is it just, okay, you qualify, you're in?
No. So it's like there's competition workouts, what you should, not the actual workouts, but it's telling you what you should expect, what you should be doing, and getting ready to train for this competition. Yes. Yeah.
Well, right on. Looking forward to it, and congratulations to you guys for pulling this off again. And I'm sure we're going to call Mother Nature as well to make sure that everything's. Where's exactly taking place at Lambton College?
It's on. It's lot 11. If you were to come in London Road, go past the arena, you'll drive right into by our north building.
Okay, lots of parking.
Yeah,
should be. They got a new parking lot.
Oh,
right.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, they're working on it. Well, congratulations once again. I know I said it before, but I understand the efforts involved. So way to go, and all the best to the Lambton College FireFit team as well. Anything else you want to put out there before I let you go, Shane?
Yeah, just we have one of our rookies. He's competed in 4 competitions, 2 in Ontario, 2 in Nova Scotia that he went out to with his parents, and he's right now the top rookie in Canada. So
wow!
Hopefully after Sarnia and Nationals, hopefully that he stays that way. And then also Sarnia has our very own Ian Van Reenen, who is a past grad, and he is the reigning Canadian and world record holder for FireFit.
That's just really cool when you just say that. Like, we've got it right here. Another one for Sarnia and another one for Lambton College, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, great stuff. Well, we're looking forward to it. So thanks again, Shane, and we'll say thank you for Sue for coaching you through this.
She did a great job, right?
Everybody's got to have a director, right?
Exactly.
I need one. Thank you so much. And Shane, we'll be talking to you and Sue to get all the details about what you're actually going to make me do on September the 6th there for sure.
Sounds good to me. Much appreciated.
All right. Take care.
Thanks, Dave.
You're welcome. Shane Bettridge and Sue Patrick in the background there, giving Shane the orders. The FireFit team is once again excited to have them back to Lambton College for the championships. I will be a part of it on September the 6th, and I'm not even Sunday, maybe. I'm not sure. We'll have to talk about that. But I'm going to be there on September the 6th anyway. And no, I'm not going to run the. Well, you never know what's going to happen. When the cameras get turned on, I can do a lot of funny things. But thanks so much again. All right. So we want to say thanks to all of our guests who joined us here today. And thanks to all of you for joining us. Of course, earlier we had Bob Thomas who talked about R.O.C.K ride for our cancer kids. And then we had Corey LaPointe from the Western Outlaws talking about lawnmower racing. Yes, it really exists. And we're going to be hopefully broadcasting. It depends on a few technical things, but hopefully we'll be live streaming the races coming up on September the 15th. And then, of course, we had Shane Bettridge from Lambton College Fire School and the FireFit Championships coming back to Lambton College once again. All right, well, just before we go, of course, because I ride on 2 wheels, I want to remind you to watch out for the motorcycles, even though kids are back to school, and you got to watch out for those kids back to school as well. Keep an eye out for the motorcycles on 2 wheels and riders on motorcycles. Keep an eye out there. Be safe. Don't forget, coming up this Saturday, September the 7th at Oswald's, the third annual Show and Shine in support of the Special Olympics here in Sarnia. And I want to say a special thank you from the beginning of the show, our supporters, AG Event Graphics. Visit them online at askguy.ca. Appreciate their support. And Joe's Discount Tire has recently come on as supporters. We have a lot of supporters, but a long list to go through them all. But these are our title sponsors as well. So thank you to our sponsors. And if you can't watch me or you don't want to look at me, you can find me anywhere podcasts are found. Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. We're even on Spotify. Please download me. Take me on the road with you when you're jogging, when you're going to work. Keep yourself informed. And if you've got something you'd like to talk about, to be here on the show, you got a community event, or maybe you know somebody who's got a story, a positive story that needs to be told, I'd love to hear from you. Send me an email to david@tvsn.ca, or just get a hold of me on Facebook. It's not like I'm hard to find. I kind of get around a little bit. And thanks to all of you so much for watching here today. That's all the time I got for you this week. Have a great week and an even better weekend. And I will see you next time right here in the show. Bye-bye for now.